Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afqer, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of Your Divine Uniqueness. So, as always, happy to connect with you, whether live or on the replay. And yeah, also very excited that Sarah Massiah is back on the show. Uh, I think many of you already know her, and some may be new to her. She's been joining us over the years, and how to say, like, what I really love is like first like the energy that she embodies and she brings. I feel there is so much authenticity and love and also care in what she shares, and also the messages that she shares, she's been sharing with us were really empowering and like remind us of our true power as divine creators, and also understand the how to say, like the human patterns that we are going through and how we can go through the healing process or the shifting or transformation with more ease. So yeah, very happy that she's back with us today. And the subject today is about desperate needs, healing desperate needs, and breaking free from fear, duality, stress, and the illusion of materialism. So yeah, she will be sharing about that and about releasing unhealthy attachments and also how we can shift or transform the desperation into empowerment. And yeah, also after that, she will be guiding us on an activation. It's a healing meditation and activation to experience the energies of the keys that she will be talking about in a little bit. And yeah, and also we'll have a Q&A. So as always, if you want to talk to Sarah, you can raise your hand by pressing react, then raise hand on Zoom. You can press *9 on your phone. And also you can type your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. And for those of you who are new to Sarah, she is the founding member of the Elohim High Council of Light, working closely with Melchizedek, Ascended Masters, and the angels. So yeah, so with that, Sarah, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back, Monsef. And yeah, I've channeled some messages today regarding desperate needs, which yeah, excited to share with everyone. So yes, it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, really excited about that subject, or maybe I feel the importance of it.
Yeah.
And so before we start, I would love if you can maybe give us a short introduction about yourself and also the keys that I mentioned in the introduction.
Yes, lovely. Well, I spent 20 years nursing, and suddenly one day I woke up and thought I have to do something with energy and started with Reiki healing. So I was in nursing for 20 years, and then I went on to do other healing modalities, training them, such as theta healing, the Akashic records I kept getting, I had to do, and angel healing, different healing modalities. And the keys came in not just randomly, but during theta healing. And I worked with the theta healer trainer at the time, and yeah, discovered that these keys work deeply within the Akashic records. It's taken years to get to the point I'm at now. I channeled lots of different sets of keys to the ones I'm working with, and they basically hold codes of creation so that we can work through timelines within the Akashic records really quickly, contracts, vows, oaths, you name it. We can work through different energies within the Akashic records that no longer serve us and impinge on our not just mental health, but our bodily health as well, really, because our body is a reflection of what's going on internally within our mind. And so the keys go back through all past walks through experience from the minute we came into the duality of existence. And obviously, yeah, we've all been, most of us here are very old souls that have walked through the duality of existence for a long, long time. So the keys are offered back at this time to help on the time of ascension when we're all going back towards Creator's light. And and an understanding of who we truly are, which is what ascension really is. It's not that it's really ascension's different for each soul. So we're individually in our own ascension process as well as in the collective ascension process of going back towards knowing who we truly are. So the keys have been offered just so that we can clear up old energies really quickly, from the beginning of our walkthrough experience, basically. So if we're working on an energy, let's say we're working on deep set fear, we'd be looking at where this deep set fear came in, and going right back through all past walks through experience and giving all that energy back to creator. So the keys work directly with creator and come through with Melchizedek at this time.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.
Sarah, and yes, so we are talking today about the desperate needs, and you talked about like stepping into the existence as humans, and like the aspects of desperate need. Maybe it's something in general like that we experience all, we have in common as humans. So
Yeah.
what, like from your perspective, why is that? And is it more like the cause of some fears, or is it more like a result?
Well, it's stepping into the duality of existence. We obviously stepped away from what all we knew, which was just love and light. So we stepped into the duality of existence to learn and grow and understand more and more about what love really is. Because if we're just on a vibration of love, we can't really understand what other energies are. So when we stepped into the duality of existence, we would not have understood or had any concept of our needs never being met, because creator would have always met our needs. And as we were divine being, and we are still divine beings of light, our needs at that point, before stepping into duality and living through experience, we wouldn't have understood or had any concept of what a desperate need was, really. And so as we stepped into duality, we'd have had times when our needs, even our basic needs, weren't met. Basic needs for, subsistence, love, compassion, that type of thing. Our needs just through walks through experience wouldn't have been met, as we would have had turbulent times, and we would have had different energies that would have really weighed us down, if you like. And yeah, desperate needs would have evolved as we walked more and more through experience. So really, that's how we would have all started with this desperate needs stuff. And we must remember our roots. Yeah, because there are no desperate needs if we're in heavenly energies, really. And the journey we're on now is about remembering one's capacity to create and co-create in the alignment of divine, with the alignment of divine love. So yeah, we would not have had these needs. And we're here now to become a greater and greater version of ourselves. And that's, again, a bit of what ascension is. But the desperate need energy is, yeah, absolutely driven with fear. And it's a fear-based energy that we wouldn't have had when we were just absolutely in this divine energy with creator of pure love.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. So what I understand is there is a difference between desperate needs and like the actual needs that are already met, and that's we are receiving on the right timing when we need, and where we need them.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this happens when we remember that we are love and our connection to source or creator.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that desperate needs don't feel absolutely real, however, because they are an energy, and they're a very dense energy that really lowers our vibrational patterning and our vibrations. And desperate needs can stem from different areas. We would all have different feeling like we're desperate that things that we're desperate about. For instance, some souls may be desperate to find a connection with another soul romantically. Some might be desperate to have material gain and wealth. Our desperate needs for each individual would be totally different. So it's really at this time of ascension is digging deep within and feeling, what do I feel really desperate about? It might be, as I say, love. It might be just desperate for some compassion, desperate to get up a work ladder. And of course, a lot of desperate need comes from societal norms as well, because in society, um, you know, uh, desperate needs stem from how we've been brought up, what's going on around us, where we're born, societal norms. So it's about what else is impinged on our experience in this life and many, many others, because we're not just, um, you know, this soul here. We would have had many, many walks through experience. And when I channeled for my Akashic course that I teach, they told me we could have had 3 trillion or billion walks through experience or more. So if you think about all that energy as you've experienced different things as you walk through the duality of existence, then we're going to have many things that would have impacted on us, and many times when actually our needs truly, truly weren't met. Um, if that makes sense, because we would have had other journeys that were really, really hard, and a heavy slog, etc. So we would, have held this energy and fear that, oh no, my needs are never going to be met. And we only need the right triggers in this lifetime to make us go into this desperate state, if you like. For instance, let's say it might even be a small trigger in a work scenario, that we went for a promotion and didn't get it, and then we're desperate, then we begin to self internalize, oh, I'm no good, I'm this and that. And so desperate needs can come from feeling a low self-worth and a low self-efficacy
Yeah,
as well. So it's looking at the root cause of where they stem.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because many times we try to solve the issue like the result, like the end result that we are seeing, and we think this is the issue, and we forget the root cause. And
Yeah.
and also, like, when we talk about letting go of desperate needs, there can be maybe a different understanding that it's like there is some kind of desire to be alone, not connect with people, or just living on the minimum. How do you see that? It's like being separate from the human experience and humanity and the material world in general. So
Yeah.
how do you see that understanding? And is it, I will not say like the right or wrong, but how do you see like navigating this the human experience while letting go of the desperation?
Yeah. Well, obviously, not everyone's sitting with plenty of money and plenty of things that they perceive they need, but it would be about finding joy in little things and trying to really bring yourself back to the here and now, and seeking out assistance where you need it, Monse. So I'm not saying that desperate needs don't exist, because they definitely do exist for many souls on Earth, because we're living in this duality. But it's about what can we do to ameliorate right now our needs, as well as healing them on a grander scale. So we can do things that will help us by, connecting with others when we feel isolated, connecting and getting some real solid help as a human, but also if we're going to heal this energy of feeling really, really desperate, then we can draw new experiences to ourselves. Because when we're sitting in this real fear and this anxiety and this feeling totally under pressure, it's very hard to manifest what you really would like to to have in your life when you're sitting in this terrible state and mindset. And so this is what I'm really talking about here. It's about really uh, looking at ourselves, deep introspection. Where do these desperate needs and this desperate feeling come from? And then if we could heal the trigger point, like the first point of where the biggest, if you like, that's how I see it when I'm doing a healing session, the biggest point of where this desperate need stem. And the energy behind it. And sometimes we take certain energies on to aid the duality of existence. I know it might seem a bit, wow, we took stuff on, but some of us took stuff on, well, nearly all of us took stuff on so that we could keep this duality going. Because if it was just all heavenly energies and we didn't hold any denser energies, we'd still be all, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying floating around in love, but we'd still be on that plane where we weren't actually growing and expanding as souls. So sometimes it would be about during a healing session giving some energy back to creator that we may have agreed to hold for eons of time. It might be, yes, huge experiences when really we weren't even having our basic needs met, like food or substance, or there was just darkness and no love. So it'd be really looking about the initial trigger and healing that, and then sending healing down and across all timelines. Yeah, so it really is a bigger picture, but all those that are, yeah, sitting in desperate need, obviously it would be about us as being more awakened, aiding others to kind of help them if they're in a time of trouble and desperate need. And I think as human beings, we all need to, yeah, help each other. And if we see someone really struggling or in a desperate need, then us on this path of ascension, even a kind word or a small gesture can really help someone that is in this terrible state.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like connections and supporting each
Yeah,
other is part of the human experience. And
it
like you mentioned,
is.
like releasing the desperation doesn't mean we are letting go of being human, but
No.
it's like we can engage with others, be in relationship with their family, romantic relationship, friends, work, and
Yeah.
also experience abundance and prosperity, but at the same time being in a state of freedom. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's more like bringing that divine aspects of ourselves and
Absolutely.
also freedom into the human experience. So I really love that.
Mm.
And another question, because we talked about relationships with others
Yeah.
and how our relationship with ourselves can affect that desperation that
Absolutely.
we may experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's again going back to how we feel about ourselves and valuing our worth as well. Because if we feel like we've got low self worth, then again, it's going to be much harder to kind of what would you say, step out of this type of really dense energy of the desperate need scenario. So it is about, yeah, really looking at loving ourselves first, and that might be another whole topic of work that one would need to do on oneself to get to a point where we feel like we do value ourselves. And of course, there have been many lives where we'd have been downtrodden, and the energy of being downtrodden, in fact, has great significance in forming desperate needs. Because when we become downtrodden, yeah, desperate needs evolve from this very heavy energy, and allowing others to uh, kind of make us feel this downtrodden soul. Obviously, yeah, we're going to get a lot of issues from that. But desperate needs and downtrodden are often side by side. I did channel a little bit on yeah, that some I've got a little bit of paperwork here. I'll
Yeah,
just see if I
yeah,
can
of
find
course.
it. Downtrodden. Um, so yeah, it's an energetic resonance of despair and lack of fulfillment, often linked to obviously challenging life experiences and ineffective partnerships. The soul's response to being downtrodden creates a desperate need within the soul to break free. This energy hampers progress and spiritual growth until addressed. Even small triggers, which I said about like the overwhelming workload, can spark downtrodden feelings. Small events can lead to far-reaching consequence for one's inner state. Um, Obviously, being downtrodden can ignite a change. So it's not, if we become downtrodden, we realize it and we're introspecting, it can ignite us to change and spark feelings that we must change. But it obviously does have tip us into a state of desperation and stagnation, and it impedes our growth. So it's important for us to kind of recognize when we're in a stuck state, if you like. Tools, we need to find tools and practices to detach from hardship and move forward. There is a huge role for self-awareness and self-actualization to break free from downtrodden states. And, what I'm talking about is healing modalities such as the keys can really aid us move from that kind of downtrodden state that causes us to feel desperate for change, desperate to break free of old molds, old societal patterns. So yeah, it's really about that type of thing, and we can be sitting, running, spreading like this energy around as well. So it's about how's this energy affecting us in daily life? Are we running it? Are we sitting with it so it feels really heavy? Are we walking through life with it? Are we spreading it, this desperation, to others? Because we have to remember, as souls, our energy and our field, we can, others pick up on what we're feeling, what energy we're giving it. I mean, many of us have walked into a room and felt someone's anger or someone's upset or someone's real sorrow and, desperation. So that's what we're talking about. How is desperation affecting us and affecting those around us as well? So it's really looking at a huge picture of energy and energy patterns.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. And maybe I have one more question before the meditation is because we talked
Yeah,
about relationships with others and ourselves and how
yeah,
we can experience life in general,
yeah,
but also how the desperation or desperate needs can affect the body or the other way as well.
yeah.
Maybe if there is health issue, and also how like having the desperation or laziness can affect our well-being in general.
Yeah, well, desperate needs definitely affect us in body form because it's a form of stress and fear. So, when we get really stressed, it can cause our blood pressure to rise, obviously. And just a quick thing on for the body thing, we also have to think about desperate needs affecting our future realities. I just want to add that in because the future reality stuff's really important. Because when we're thinking, I'm desperate for change, I'm desperate for money, I'm desperate for this, it causes a lot of stress in bodily form, which obviously affects many of our systems, our endocrine system, our cardiac system, our all our functions really. Bodily, a lot of bodily systems get affected. Our metabolism, it can cause us to hold excess weight when we're really stressed. We know medically that stress causes a lot of stuff that really impinges on us in embodiment. So really healing desperate needs is quite important to the soul so that we can feel free and we can feel accomplished and we can feel that there are brighter futures for us all. So yeah, it's quite a big thing. And in fact, just sharing with everyone, just recently I did clear from my reality. I felt really worried about my future realities, and they told me this was linked to desperate needs because when I'm healing, on offering healing to others, I'm absolutely still working on myself. It used to be every day, and now it's about 4 times a week. So, healing future realities and healing future worries. So yes, any future worries is really important, so that it does not go into a real desperate energy and stress kind of need situation. So yes, Montef, it does really affect us in bodily form, having really desperate needs. And yeah.
Yes. So it's like more like surrendering to the experience or the shifts we are experiencing can help us maybe to reduce the stress,
Yes,
and
yeah.
then also it can be more helpful to release the desperation and be present with our body as well, I think.
Yes, absolutely. There's different things we can do, like use spiritual practice, focus on positive affirmations, for example. There's things we can do, not just, you know, doing healing modalities, mindfulness, meditation, being really mindful of what we're thinking about as well, because we need to bring ourselves back to an awareness of going down a certain route. And when our mind likes to go down certain routes at certain times, and we need to really realize when we're going into that type of energy, um, connecting with nature, simplifying our life even, because we talked about often within society, desperate needs does stem from what we've got and what the next person's got. And we really, if we went back to the root of it, a lot of things that we tend to buy or think we have to have and causing this desperate need, when we went back, if we go back to the grassroots things, we need love, we need food, we need a warm place to stay, we need certain things, yes we do, but we don't need everything that the next door neighbour's got or the person down the street, if that makes sense. And that type of thing, but that could have been come from generational experience as well. Our forefathers that would have um, thought, yeah, and it could have come from past experiences where when we had huge wealth, we were seen as kind of really making it. But then if we're going into that energy, we're forgetting our spiritual. What we're really here to do is to spiritually grow, learn, and embody love more and more. So it's about that as well. Oneself. It's
Yeah,
about, yeah, remembering our true roots, which is obviously heavenly and love, and simplifying our life can help to let go of possessions we no longer need, and that type of thing can really help.
yeah,
Journaling. I mean, there's lots of things we could do to aid ourselves.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Sarah. And so do you feel it's the right timing for the healing meditation?
Yes, that would be,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
lovely, Monsef. Um, so if everyone would like to shut their eyes and just imagining now a beautiful light, Alu Elohim, coming down from Creator, Ish is us, down and down. Imagining this beautiful light now, Ish is us, slowly and surely, traveling down through the body, Alu Elohim, down and down, till it reaches our feet, Ish is us. Imagining that beautiful divine light going down through Earth, new Earth, gold and platinum Earth, anchoring us to Earth. So imagine that light now again, travelling up through Earth, up and up, till it reaches our feet. Taking that light through the body and up through the universe to a special place that's right for you. Sitting with Creator in glory, sitting with Creator in light, Alu Elohim. Just stepping into the light of protection with Melchizedek and Creator now. Protection and love and peace, compassion around you, glory, divine light. Letting worry melt away. Taking a deep breath now. You give immediate desperate needs, wants and fears that do not serve, to Creator now, Alu Elohim. Taking a deep breath. Do we send some healing to all systems? Now, Alu Elohim. Pray to knowing who you are, Hallelujah. As Creator gives you divine light, Ish Is Us Uns. As old energies, especially you, old worries, old fears, given back to Creator in this light, Alu Elohim. As Creator touches you now with light, Alu Elohim. And you are gifted divine solace, Ish Is Us Us. In this moment, as you are glory and you are light, Alu Elohim. As you remember your divinity and your roots, Ish Is Us, and your grandeur, Ish Is Us. In this moment, any pains, worries, troubles, in this moment. Send healing light. Hallelujah. This Creator brings you solace and comfort. Ish is us. Now, as you feel light expanding around you, now, taking a deep breath. As you remember, you are supported by the divine, as the divine. Hallelujah. Creator connects you now with divine light. Hallelujah. Divine peace, divine solace. Hallelujah. And slowly now, hallelujah, remembering your divinity, remembering your light. Hallelujah. Gifted with divine solace and comfort. Ish is asmus. Begin to come back down through the universe, slowly, down and down. Ish is asmus. Hallelujah. Down to your head, down through the body, down to your feet, bringing divine light. Hallelujah. Ish is asmus. We yank you back to earth. Hallelujah. If you take a moment to take deep breaths now, Ish is us. Creator reminds you of your divinity, your light, your love, your grandeur. You sit in heavenly energy, grounding you back. Ish is us. now. Slowly starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Alu Elohim. As you are grounded in grandeur. Hallelujah. Comfort and light. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Yes, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful energies, and it felt like feeling cozy in the light, like surrounded by it, and also
good.
like, it felt like very expanding and also grounding at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And
You're welcome.
Taylor wrote, thank you so much. And everyone, yeah, we would love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. Catherine, she wrote, thank you, Sarah. Such beautiful, peaceful energy. A gorgeous
Oh,
gift.
brilliant. Oh, bless. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. And Stefan, thank you. Was peaceful with a smile.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, it was meant to bring comfort and light. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And yeah, we will start taking questions in a little bit. So
yes, yeah.
in a few minutes. So just a reminder that you can type your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube, and also you can raise your hand on Zoom by pressing react, then raise hand. And before that, Sarah, I would love if you can tell us about the one-on-one sessions that you are offering us. We have 90-minute one-on-one key healing session, then 2 hours and a half one-on-one key healing session, and a 60-minute one-on-one golden key healing Akashic record sessions. And I invite everyone to visit the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah. Sarah, Sarah, Massiah, Massiah. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description. And I will put them on the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. So yeah, so Sarah, I would love if you can tell us about these sessions.
Yes, so the sessions are designed for each individual person. And before a session, I sit with Creator Emma Melchizedek and get channeled information of what we're kind of working on during the session. There's obviously different energies, but we'll be looking at this energy, which is highly important to work on for this show offer. So we'll be looking really at desperate needs, and depending how soul feels, other things may come in. And so if we're working in the longer session, we really get into some deep healing work during that 2.5 hours. Often sessions can take a little time to integrate because we're going really deep back to the inception of the soul. So sometimes I get told it could take sort of 8 to 10 days to fully integrate now. So yeah, we go back, we collapse timelines, we look at huge events that would have caused us to feel like we're in desperate need. We would have looked at vows and oaths that may have impinged on our journey and made us feel desperate. For instance, a vow of poverty would definitely trigger some desperate kind of energy that we've vowed that, because everything is energy in the universe, as we know, and little things that we say, we really have to think. Even swearing on some, like, I swear I'll never do that again, if it's not for your highest and best good. So we have to think about every little aspects. We really, really do deep healing sessions. The Akashic healing still uses actually the key energy, even though it's an hour. So it's the length and the depth that we go into for each healing session, really. So yeah, we'll still be looking at desperate needs in the session. And if we're in a longer session, we may get a little other thing that pops up and creator would like to send healing through for.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
For offering your support, your time to our audience through the different one-on-one sessions. And yeah, I really love your work and feel really honored to share it with our audience here on the show. And just there is a question about the keys from Catherine. So I will read everything. It's very interesting. I have definitely experienced a long period of being downtrodden but thankfully eventually managed to emerge from this. The question is, I am curious about the keys. Are there specific keys for specific issues, like a specific key for financial issues?
Basically, I'm on a final set of keys. So I channeled through 4 sets of keys. In the first set, there's 37 keys, and I will be bringing this training out at some point. But basically, the keys are holding codes of creation. So they're for conflicts, worries. There's different keys for different things, yes, but basically they're working together. So we're working with keys of love. So there's a lot of keys that we're working with in one session. But the keys are holding code, you see, so we can go through multi-dimensional as well. We can go right back to the inception of the soul. So when the soul started walking through creation within the Akashic records, look at all old stories. Obviously, we're only collapsing ones that do not serve, and any old energies to do with that. And then we pray to gifts back the exact opposite energy of love or whatever the soul needs. It's not led by me, it's led by creator and Melchizedek, and held with the angelic realm, and it's deeply working within the Akashic records where the keys are held. I've written 2 books, and there's more about the keys in those books, Monsef, and also energies behind different situation scenarios and how it impinges on us in bodily form.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. And thank you, Catherine, for your question. And yeah, so again, everyone, I invite you to sign up for one of these 3 sessions on the link yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah, SarahMassiah. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page, and the link also on YouTube video description, and the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. And we have a few more feedback messages from the audience. Irieta, praise Sarah. I have to acknowledge that thanks to Sarah, I am still here walking on earth. I encourage everyone to have key session with her, not just because there is something that creator cannot do, but because the compassion and the support that Sarah provides it is truly rare.
Thanks, Arietta. Bless you.
And Tanya Sherrod, I feel very sleepy and relaxed. And also Trisco on YouTube, Sherrod, thank you with the 3 hearts.
Oh, lovely. Thanks.
And Irieta again, wow, this was very powerful. That was about the meditation. Wow, my headache is gone. The sweet calmness touches me so deeply. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Lovely, Arietta.
Catherine, Sherrod, thank you. I appreciate the fuller explanation. And yeah, thank you, Catherine. Let's see. Taylor, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. That was really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate it. My question was,
Yeah,
because I've been feeling like I'm desperate to achieve more now than I ever have, and I want to achieve it in a sustainable way. I want to step into my higher path. Can you tell me how can I step into my highest path and timeline, integrating the lessons that I have
yeah,
and have a firm knowing that I'm on the path
yeah,
without that desperation that lowers my vibration?
yeah. Just hold on. Is it okay to share, Taylor, that I think
Yeah.
this desperation is stemming from basically we have different energies behind desperation. I'm getting picking up lack of like trust in hold on. In a way of what you've got to offer the world, which is huge, but it's about trusting what you've got to offer and trusting that the universe has got your back. I'm being guided to say to you. So it's about, yeah, really expanding and really working to believe that what you've got to offer and that you're going to expand. It's all about trust. That I'm picking up. And there will have been many journeys where we lost trust in um, our divine presence, our hold on, I'm just going to get it. It's like, and also kind of lost trust in I'm getting the experience. I don't know what that means, but getting a lost trust in kind of the experience of, oh yes, our journey forward will be divinely held, if you like, and supported. That's what I'm being shown. So there'll be past,
That might carry
um,
forward.
yeah, will be kind of supported as you walk forward. It's like um, totally supported by upstairs and the divine. It's about trust. I think basically this is about not feeling trust that you're supported or trust in yourself or that type of thing. That's what I'm picking up.
Yes, yes. And so how do I how do I
Yeah.
because I've heard that a lot and I've worked on trust, but
Mm,
how do you do it other than every day you're just like, okay,
mm.
I mean, you just make steps to do what you're doing. I'm saying, how do I actually get over that and know that I have?
Yeah. Well, if we were to work together, I'm not saying you have to, but we'd look at it through all like lack of trust through all realities. So you don't feel it's a reality for you. I'm picking up. So we'd collapse that and put back divine trust through all your realities. But if you were to want to work on that, you'd they're suggesting also you could do affirmations like I am feeling. I think you need to feel held in this kind of divine light on your journey as well. So doing affirmations like I am held in a divine journey of light as I move forward. Those type of affirmations creators I'm channeling for you. So it would be about the affirmations as well in your movement forward. But also changing how you hold on. It's about changing your thoughts every time you think, oh, you know, I don't trust I'm going to get there. You need to kind of change that thought in that moment. So it's about really deep reflection as well, and maybe a little bit of journaling about where this is felt, why you don't feel like you trust that you're held on your journey forward.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Bless you.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor, and
Thank you.
thank you, and thank you, Sarah, for the guidance.
Thanks. Yeah.
Um, we have a question on YouTube from Trisco. Could Sarah share an example of someone, a client, for example, shifting the downtrodden energy?
Yeah. For example, downtrodden can be from many areas of life, but For instance, downtrodden, unable to kind of break free. Clients have broken free from things that do not serve, and detaching oneself from the energy of someone as well that is causing this energy really heavily on them. So we can cut ties with others that are making us feel that, and really put some impervious energy. Say we're being say bullied, we would send healing to that kind of energy, and then put protection from creator, cut ties with anyone throughout all time, place, and space that bullied us. And obviously, in my healing sessions, we also do work on the fact that if we're holding an energy, we would have probably been it as well at some time. So we give all old energy back to creator and put back energies of kind of sharing and living through the heart, for instance, would be put back instead of bullying, living through the heart and expanding our light to others, um, and being greater impervious to bullying. There's different energies. We might have to, if someone's really downtrodden, it might be a few energies that we'd need to send healing to really get full impact. But definitely, if say someone's being bullied, can make greater imperviousness, so it no longer affects us as we move forward as it was before. I hope that makes sense. When we're healing ourselves, it's a journey. It's not instant overnight, but definitely you can feel a difference. And how, if someone's bullying you, you can feel it no longer resonates as it did before, making you feel absolutely desperate, anxious, that type of thing.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Sarah, and thank you, Trisco, for your question. We'd love to hear your feedback, and let's see. Catherine, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, Mansa. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for taking the question. My question is, I think I'm holding myself back. I think I feel like I need to struggle through life. And I hate to use the word, but I don't seem to be raising my vibration. It just keeps going lower. And I don't know if maybe I'm not willing to allow myself. Is that something that you can help me understand better or get a sense of?
I think this is all caught up in a lot of what I'm picking up is like there's been a time where there's been a bit of a mess, so you got in a bit of the energy of worry. So if I was working with you, we'd look at feeling in a real mess to begin with, if that makes sense. It's like being tied in hundreds of knots in a mess they're giving me and showing me. So the first energy we'd work on is feeling in a mess, but definitely could work on the energy of that and moving forward. And hold on. Because if we always feel in a bit of a mess, we're never going to perceive ourselves as moving up, if you like, becoming brighter. And we're always kind of they're giving me the energy of like firefighting all the time. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what they're showing me. It feels like you're also would probably work on firefighting. So you feel like you're firefighting, so that if you're always firefighting, you can't actually move past that type of energy. I don't know if that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. But the issue is my mess is tied up financially. And so that's where it's like I'm between a rock and a hard place. I'd love to work with you and is there something that I can do in the meantime? You said affirmations for someone.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll ask her. Hold on. They're actually saying to give thanks for the mess unraveling now, and the highest and best solutions being divinely brought forward for you. That's the message I'm being told that you could work on. Yeah, definitely seeing the mess unraveling now, and the highest and best divine solutions coming forward for you. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
giving real thanks for that, and it's really giving thanks for that and seeing it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
That's
happy
all right.
holidays to both
And
of you.
happy holidays. Yeah, happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Yeah. Thank you, Catherine, and thank you, Sarah, for the guidance.
Thanks. Yeah.
Tatiana, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for taking my call. I'm in desperate need to stop psychic attacks. I'm
Yeah.
attacked by black magicians, and they live, unfortunately, in the apartment above me. And there is some kind of device, I'm not sure what it is, but it transmits destructive energies, energies of death. I would love to stop it, but I don't know how.
Mm. Tatiana, so we basically need to look at the feeling of being under attack as well, and look where this attack stems from, and we'd be sending healing to the energy of that, if that makes sense. Hold on. And we'd be closing all links to any other experience happening, maybe in another time, place, and space, not necessarily here, that was causing this to continue, and cutting ties with anyone linked to that, if that makes sense.
But could you please tell me what device they're using, what it is?
Hold on. I don't feel it's coming from a device as such, but more of a energy of a portally type thing I'm getting more. But I don't think it's from this time, place, and space. I think it's kind of a, I know it sounds odd, but a parallel type place I'm picking up on.
You mean from parallel reality?
Yeah.
But I actually can hear this device working right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just think that it's in this reality because I can hear it.
But we can pick up on things that are from other places, spaces, times, if you like, and it can affect us here. So all I can say is that I'm seeing it as more of a portally type thing, and it's linked to another time, place, and space, triggered here by a kind of noise. But it's definitely I definitely have to say that we'd work on the other time, place, and space to collapse it all, Tatiana. And looking at the energy of being attacked would be part of it. And when we're dealing with certain big scenarios, like constantly feeling under attack by entity and stuff, we might have to collapse entity. There might be different things we've got to collapse to get to the crux of it. So we might have what we're feeling in the middle, and I see every healing like a bit of a spider diagram. If we're working on something big, we might have 8 or 10 or a few offshoots from the actual thing we're working on. So we definitely look at the attack thing first.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tatiana, and thank you, Sarah, for the guidance.
Thanks. Yeah.
Maybe one more question from Tanya. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Matsiah.
Hello.
Hi, Tanya. Hi. How are you?
But previous question, I had once lived in a house, and one person told me that I have opened a portal when the like people from other dimensions just come like to the zoo, to the cinema to see people living their lives. And she said, if you want, I will close it. And I said, yes, please, because I felt not safe in that house. I felt like other energies. And so it affected me, even physically. So it could be, I'm just saying, I don't know.
Oh,
but
thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Obviously, yeah, there's a lot of energies around, and yeah, we're having to deal with a lot of stuff and send a lot of old programs, and which do include in the sessions, back to source. So collapsing them and putting back like the highest and best things that should be happening before it impinged on our living our best experience. So yeah, definitely dark, like lower energies do exist, and yeah, it's part of my work to send them back to the light. So yeah.
My question is, I kind of entered the toxic. Well, I made it toxic relationship. So I had my physical health been affected last year. And so I had to detach, and I did detachment.
Yeah.
But I still have lots of turbulence, especially in my solar plexus chakra. And I think it's connected to kind of me not being enough, probably, or believe that I had from my childhood that I can't have what I want. And so how I fully detach, is it possible at all? And I mean, what else can I do?
Yeah, well, turbulence is an energy on its own, and often we have to, when we use words like that, we're often probably running it a bit of turbulence through all
You can.
yeah, so we could be running turbulence, and we'd be cutting ties with that type of energy of feeling up and down the whole time. That's what I'm being shown. It's like a bit of an up and down energy that you're going through. So it's not straight down, it's an up and then you come back down, and it's like being stuck. I'm being shown in a trough. It's like peaks and troughs they're giving me, Tanya. So it'll be it feels like in another time you're kind of stuck in a bit of a trough that you can't climb out of, and probably be working on the energy of being stuck in a way in this in a trough where there's no way you can climb out of. That's the feeling I'm being shown, that we'd be kind of working on. Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so
That's
much.
all right.
That's how I feel. Yeah, exactly. Up and down.
Yeah, it's like the trophy thing. But again, a good affirmation would be, let me just get something for you to kind of to work on now. Hold on a sec.
Thank
So you could work on, I'm climbing up and sitting fully in Creator's light for all time, space, and dimensions. That's with gratitude and appreciation now. Something like that, Tanya. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Montse.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya.
Thanks.
And yeah, also thank you very much, Sarah, for the support and guidance for Tanya and everyone. And also thank you for really the time you spent with us. It was really inspiring call. Thank you for the information you shared, and the guidance about how we can deal with the desperate needs. So thank you for that. Thank you for the meditation and
thank you so
the
much,
sessions as well.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, always a pleasure to have you here on the show. So thank you. And also everyone, thank you very much for being here with us today, co-creating with us this beautiful experience. And thank you for those who asked their questions, for the comments as well. And again, I invite you to sign up for one of the sessions that Sarah is offering to us on the link yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Sarah Massiah. Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, Massiah, M-A-S-S-I-A-H. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live event page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description and the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. Yeah, Jenny, she wrote thank you with the heart. Yetunde, like hands, praying hands or grateful hands. Iriata, thank you. Thank you, myself. Stefan, also thank you. And yeah, so with that, everyone, I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you, I guess, in the maybe first week of January. So happy holidays if you are celebrating.
Happy holidays as well for me.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.